I'm Chief Cheryl Victorian. This is Waco PD on the beat. Whether it's crime or just getting to know the Waco Police Department, we're here to talk about things that matter most to you.
Hello, Waco, and welcome to Waco PD on the Beat. I'm Sierra Shipley, the Public Information Officer for the Waco Police Department.
And I'm Officer Janae Draper with the Neighborhood Engagement Team.
That's right, and we actually have a really exciting podcast this week, which I say that about, I think, every week.
But you say that every week, but you sound more excited about this one.
Specifically more exciting because we are talking about the PAL program, which is the Police Athletics League or the Police Activities League, right? And it's kind of, I feel like some say athletics, some say activities.
It's both.
It's both. Okay, it's interchangeable.
The A is interchangeable.
Yes.
So we've got two board members here to talk about PAL, and I will let them introduce themselves and their role in this organization.
Okay, I'm Rhiannon Settles. Day to day, I'm the Director for Health Services for Waco ISD, but for today's purposes, I'm the Treasurer for the PAL Board.
Awesome.
Likewise, my name is Richard Thompson. I'm also with the Waco PD chaplains, and I'm the board president of PAL. And we're PAL Club of Waco, or better known as Police Athletic Activities League of Waco.
That's good. That's good. So this is a fairly new program.
It is.
That, I mean, is just getting the ball rolling, right? I even know last year we did do a Facebook Live for like those giveaways. It was probably a year ago now, wasn't it?
Real close, yes.
So yeah, I know.
Yes.
And so let's talk a little bit about what PAL is.
Great. Well, PAL is a organization that's been in existence over 70 years. We have just brought it back to Waco after 26 years of it being dormant. So we are now offering our youth and families another tool. If you notice, I think the news mentioned that the crime rate has gone down. We're offering another tool.
That's awesome. That's wonderful. Yeah. And so you are kind of wearing two hats here at the department, being a chaplain and president of PAL. So what kind of made you want to be in the PAL program and lead the whole program?
Well, it's funny you ask. I used to like to fight. So the arresting officer that came to pick me up found out I was the son of a single parent. And instead of him locking me up, he took me to the Police Boys Club, put on a pair of 12-ounce gloves. He put a stinky headgear on my head and a fresh mouthpiece. Of course, the young man I saw on the other side of the room, he was matching me up with. I knew I could beat him. Didn't happen. And so I went from boxing to baseball to basketball to football to track, and it kept me busy. And I kind of grew up a PAL kid.
So it's kind of come full circle then.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's
and what about you?
Story.
What about you, Rhiannon? What kind of brought you to PAL?
Well, a good friend of mine, LaShonda Mallory Horn from the Health Department, said, hey, do you want to join this board? I think it'd be helpful to the kids in our community. So that's all you got to say to get me to go, hop into something is
right.
What can we do to keep our kids safer?
So, Chaplain Thompson, you said something that really piqued my interest. You said this has been dormant for 26 years with Waco.
26 years,
That's
yes.
amazing. So what kind of made you want to bring this back and get this started again?
It was our chief's dream baby. And she mentioned it to Sergeant Peter Motley, who is our liaison. And, of course, he knew I knew what I know. And he asked me to help get this baby rolling. And so we've had a few board meetings, and we're just ready to roll. We have our website, we have our email, we have our own phone number.
That's right.
We have Facebook and Instagram. So
we are legit.
Ready. We're ready. We worked on the necessities of being a 501c3 as well.
Great.
So there's a lot of nuances and a lot of moving parts that had to take place to get to this point. Yeah.
Right. Right. Wow.
And you mentioned earlier the fundraiser, so we've got a little bit of money in the bank.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's the treasurer
We
in her. She's
need
like, let's
help.
talk
That's
about
the
the
treasury coming out.
We need help because we know there's no mission, no money.
Right.
So those that are listening, if you have a kind heart, think about the kiddos over the summer.
That's right. That's right. So what are some things that you guys are going to be doing over the summer?
Wow, it's funny you ask. I have short sleeves on. I'm looking at doing a 3-on-3 basketball tournament with a slam dunk contest.
Sign me up.
Okay.
And
Well, I don't know
a
if you saw that
peewee.
bracket down there, so I can make you one when you're ready.
Nice. And a peewee basketball tourney.
Aw.
Yeah. So that's one of them. The other one we have is we're going to have sponsorship in tiers, and I'm going to let our treasurer talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
I should have brought my printout. I didn't. So we've got 4 levels right now. We've got platinum, that's $2,500, and that's the big one, right? That's you get all the shout outs. We're going to make some T-shirts.
Yes.
So platinum sponsor is going to have their logo, name, whatever, really big on the back of the T-shirt. From there, we go to gold, which is $1,000. Same stuff, just a step down, right? Your logo's a little smaller. You may not get as many shout outs as the platinum, of course. Then we go to silver, which is $500, and then bronze, which is $250. But all 4 levels, logos on shirts. We'll be talking about you as much as possible.
Oh, yeah. And a matter of fact, there are some other giveaways. I guess the higher you go, if you're platinum, you'll see what they are.
And so if someone wanted to donate, where can they go to find that information, or how can they do that?
Nice. Okay, so the first place they would come would be to our website, which is PALCLUB of Waco.org. And on the website, we're still in a work in progress, so there will be buttons where they can take whichever level they want to take, which would be platinum, gold, silver, bronze. And whenever they take that platform, it will go to our bank, which they can use R. Thompson at wacotex.gov to solidify that payment. Again, that will be R. Thompson at wacotex.gov to solidify that payment. And we're going to be trying to start a boxing program. We don't have necessarily everything we need for it, but that's why we need those funds to come in, those donations to come in, and we will be making as much noise as possible. Of course, we're supposed to be with the co-ed, I think it is, the code this Saturday.
That's right. By the time that this podcast comes out, the CO would have passed, but you guys will be out at the CO.
Yes.
Which, I mean, it hasn't happened yet.
Not yet, but it's countdown.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But by the time this podcast, it would have already
We're going
happened.
to be represented there.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's
so,
great.
So I got a question because I have heard, and for those listening are maybe kind of in the same boat as me, I've heard people say the PAL program and stuff like that, but I've never had anybody explain exactly what it is to me. I know it's like police athletics or activities league, but what exactly is it bringing? Like, I know you said like summer programs and stuff like that, but for someone maybe that's maybe in the same boat as me who has, just heard it mentioned but hadn't really had it explained, what's like a Cliff Notes version?
Okay, so we have a couple of things that are going on. One I'll let Rhiannon tell a little bit about because I think she knows a little more about it than I do. But it connects officers with youth, and they become mentors, and they become big brothers, big sisters. It brings another level of relational policing.
Nice.
So this is one of Chief's little layers. But from where I stand or where I sit right now, I've seen this program take places or take cities into the right direction, and it looks like we're already going in that direction. So I'm glad to be a part of it. So if you can give a little more detail, maybe about what is it, Transformation Waco?
Yeah, so we're going to be, I don't want to say piloting, but that's kind of it. We're starting off with a small group of students at Transformation Waco, I believe 4th and 5th grade, right? From J.H. Hines. So Transformation Waco is the in-district partnership with Waco ISD. So the 5 underperforming schools kind of created, they didn't create, the state created Transformation Waco, and they have their own board. They have, for the most part, they follow the same rules, guidelines, everything. But they do things a little bit different over there. So we're going to be taking their 4th and 5th graders, not all of them, the ones that are selected, identified on campus as kids that would benefit from this program. And then I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. I think we've talked about basketball. We've talked about football, just having officers come out, interact with kids. I like to explain it as we're showing kids that police officers are good people, and we're showing police officers that our kids are good people. So everybody wins. Everybody gets to interact and build these relationships that we need from the get-go, right? We need to show that our community is a safe place, and there are safe places that you can go if you need help. And just, I don't know, it makes me so excited to
Have some fun in the process.
Yeah.
Play some sports. Yeah.
And one more layer to that, we have Baylor students that are a part of our mentoring program. So
That's awesome.
those youth that may be struggling in areas of academics, that's why there's an activities as well as athletics. We want to meet the whole need. So I'm glad to be a part of it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, Rhiannon, I think you have a great viewpoint as well. Working in Waco ISD, you're able to kind of work one-on-one with these kids day to day, right? And so how important is it to have these mentors, more than one mentor, in these kids' lives?
I think it's obviously really important, right? But it's exciting to know that there are community members. It's not just everything trying to happen in the school. So there are officers, like Chaplain said, they're Baylor students. Like, we're going to be able to bring a big group of people that our kids may not be seeing every single day, that may not interact with them. And they're going to get different different interactions that they just may not have. And it's going to be really cool. And I think it's going to be really impactful on our kids' lives. And if we're starting at elementary and we can have this group follow our kids all the way through high school.
Yeah.
There'll be scholarship opportunities one day. I mean, this isn't just going to be something that's like, hey, I played basketball this one time.
Right.
It's something that they can truly do until they're finished with public education. And then hopefully we can support them if they decide to go off to college as well.
Right. Well, kids are so impressionable.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's awesome to see something like this able to bring multiple community organizations together. We talk about that all the time, how important it is, how we all need to work together to not only provide a safe community, but provide a better future for all of our kids to grow up in. And so I think this is something that it's going to be really awesome, as long, which I'm sure that we will. But as with the community buy-in and all that, I know that there's going to be situations. We're taking a selfie now.
We're doing selfies.
Yes. He wants the in-action shot. Here, you want me to take it for you? Okay, we're going to take a selfie here. Yeah. It's going to be an in-action shot. Okay, ready? I'll take it on that side. Ready? 1, 2, and 3.
Say pals on 3.
Y'all got to post that to your Instagram now.
Yes.
So Pal Club of Waco is basically most of their social media handles, and that's how you guys can search for on Facebook and Instagram and on their website.
And the city
and the
website.
City. Yes, the city website has that, and it has all of the board members listed out.
As well, we have an advisor board.
Okay.
When we sit down at our think tank and we run things through our filter, maybe there may be something that we think would be more beneficial if we get maybe another person who has typically used this platform before, or their specialty, which one of our advisors is a specialist in fundraising. So we, feed off of that information and then try to make the baby walk.
Well, that's kind of cool. You guys were able to even have people interested enough to create an advisory board, right? Separate from the board itself. And so how easy is it? How interesting has it been to see people who are on your board and on the advisory board just come in and say, "Yeah, I want to help"?
Well, it's been pretty easy, and we also have another layer, which is our auxiliary board. Our vice president, Joanne Dominguez, she is the chairperson over our advisory board, and not our advisory board, our auxiliary board, and those are our Baylor students. I think we can have as many as 300.
What?
Oh, wow, that's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So we're doing some things. We're trying to plan some things, and hopefully we can get a couple of things before school starts back.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we will be in the Project Safe Start.
Next week,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. And we're gonna both be there when they're going back to school. So with them being at the code, we'll see what we offer, and maybe we can get some applications filled out. We have membership applications, and we also have volunteer applications that they would need to complete a background check to be a part of this. Yeah.
When you say something like a membership application, is this something that the student needs to pay for to be a part of, or
No.
Okay.
They give all the information necessary. If there are medical needs, we need to know. If there are allergies, we need to know. We need to know contact information. We need to know what grade they're in. We need to know what is the income in the house, so we have some general idea, maybe what needs could benefit that home.
Yeah.
So the application is very thorough, and it gives us the opportunity to follow this student or child that we're bringing in, and we can follow them the entire time. We get to know the mom, the dad. If there's a dad, we get to know them. We get to maybe get them to interact with us. But we really want to get the cops and the kids. I don't know if you see my badge.
I
This
like
is a
it.
national.
I
It says
like that.
That's nice.
Cops, kids, and community.
I like that.
Cops, kids, and community. And that's what
That's
we
great.
want to get that together.
So is this like a weekly thing over the summer? Is it like, how does it kind of like the league and activities work?
Preferably, we'll be able to have a 6 to 8 week flag football at the end of or the beginning of school when they go back to school. We again plan a couple of events during the summer that will be fundraisers. So as we go into the following year, we'll be able to do what's necessary as it relates to programs.
Sure.
Oh, that's
So we'll
fun.
be planning a lot this summer. for
Yeah.
what this
Sign
quarter
me up
looks
for
like.
flag football.
And-
I love flag football.
I want to circle back real quick to membership.
Yeah.
The school is not signing kids up for this. We'll have parental consent. We want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Yes, you want your baby to participate? Absolutely. And it's not like right now we're starting with a small group of students from Transformation Waco because Transformation Waco is partnering with Waco PD. But it'll be any kids in McLennan County. It's not going to be just specific to Waco ISD.
Yes, and that's why we have that application for memberships, not necessarily for our youth that are a part of the Transformation Waco, because that information is going to be through Transformation Waco. But if we're bringing in kids, we want to know what their needs are. We want to know if they have, again, allergies, if they have special needs, illnesses that possibly we don't know about and we don't want it to pop up and we don't have any idea what to do. Yeah.
Well, I think just being able to not only support the kid, but also the family.
Yeah.
It's definitely, you know, everyone impacts one another, right? So I think
Absolutely.
it's important that you guys are able to provide or try and provide those opportunities for not only the child, but the family as well. So what are some you have a really pretty pamphlet I see
I was
right
gonna
there.
say, I was
What
looking
is
at that.
This
Actually-
is from Richard's trip to Vegas,
Wow.
where he learned
okay.
everything PAL related.
Oh my
Yes.
I wanna
goodness.
read
How was that
that.
trip?
That National PAL set me on fire. It really
We got
did.
That's empowering,
videos, we
though.
got pictures, we
Yeah.
got texts.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was
Oh
Look
my
at that. Can I
goodness.
look at that?
Yeah, and I think it would be, and that's why I brought that information back. I think it would be outstanding for us to be represented in the next one, because what I can tell you, they were so excited that Waco, after all these years, Waco was a part of the national, and I was pinned by the national president.
Oh.
And of course there's a couple of people who were pinned at our last meeting, but I think there's one person who hasn't been pinned yet. So
feeling a little left out over here.
I was gonna say, I think he's talking about you there.
so
Oh my
that's,
goodness.
that's going to be taking place here, I guess at our next meeting.
Well, great. Well, what's something that you guys are looking forward to the most in regards to this program?
What I would like to see, and this is one of my dreams, what I'd like to see is to bring, when Chief has, I guess, back to school?
Back to school bash?
Yes. I'd really like to see Powell
Yeah.
interact with the city this time so that we can be seen, because what we need polos, we need shirts for the kids, I'd like to have caps for them, because as you know, it gets hot in Texas.
No, not at all.
It gets hot in Texas. So
Especially in August when the back to school bash is.
July.
It's in July?
July, yeah.
is it?
Ooh.
Okay. It's still going to be hot.
Still very hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we'd like to have a large photo op with our sponsors and the kids in the T-shirts, and that type of deal.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
that's sort of where I'm looking. But I think if we get that done, we may have reached our goal. Would you like to know what our goal is?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the goal?
Our goal for 2024, going into 2024, is 50,000.
Okay.
That's our goal.
That's doable.
All right.
That's doable.
Yes.
50,000.
That's great.
So I'd like to see our community come and support the Waco Police Department as we support them through the Police Athletic Activities League.
I like it. And Rhiannon, what about you? What are you looking forward to the most?
I kind of big picture, I want to know that this work that we're doing right now is going to impact our community positively. I could see my house from here. Like, we live right here in Waco. My kids are here, and I want to know that this is another thing that we're doing to make sure that we're all working together. Like you said, it's not just the school. It's not just the police department. It's not just parents. It's everybody working together to make sure that we have the city that we deserve.
Yeah.
And I love that. It's
Absolutely.
like it takes all of us.
Yeah, it does.
So I think this is an amazing program. I look forward to it.
Didn't we say in a recent podcast, like, it takes a village to raise one person?
It does.
It does.
It does.
It does. I don't remember which one it was. Was it? It was, I
feel
think,
like-
Chiefs. I think it was Chiefs podcast.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think it was.
Yeah, but it is that is most definitely the theme that I think is necessary for us to look at, because one of our slogans on our page says we're better together. I think everybody's using that, but it does take a whole village: the teachers, the counselors, the janitors, the neighbor, the police officer, the coaches. It just takes everyone to pour into these youth. And one thing I can say, I am the better because somebody cared enough about me to impact me.
Yeah, I mean,
That's awesome.
your story is a great example for why these programs just work.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome. Yeah. And it'll be great to be able to impact those kids now and share your story with them.
Oh, sure, because I was an angry kid.
I was going to say, how reluctant were you when that helmet went on your head?
Oh, man. That thing was wet and it stank. But I thought I was a thug. I did. And Big Jack, he told me, he said, there will be two people you'll never forget. That's me and Mama. so that changed my course.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. That's great. Well, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about, touch on about PAL that we haven't covered yet?
Yes. If there's anyone listening to this podcast and would like to be a part of the PAL, please reach out to us. We have a total of 7 board members, and all of us are functioning in some capacity in the city of Waco. We can be reached. PAL Club, all one word, PAL Club of 9 at gmail.com. And our phone number is 254-300-1604.
I'm impressed. I wasn't sure. And if anybody has a child, knows a child that would benefit from this program, email us, call us. We'll get you signed up. Like I said, we're going to plan heavy this summer and really hit the ground running in August.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Oh, I'm so excited for you guys.
I can't wait to see this take off because I think it's going to be a great program. And this is open up to law enforcement because you said it's to kids all in McLennan County.
Yes.
So it's open to law enforcement all throughout the county, not just Waco
Correct.
PD.
Correct.
But sheriffs, constables, any other surrounding agencies that want to
Yes.
take part and be a part of this.
Yes. Now, the one thing I do ask is that those officers that are committing their time would at least give us some. We're going to have a data sheet to give us some idea of their time that they're spending. So when we start writing grants, we have correct data, and that's the other reason why the form for membership, it gives us data to put into our grant.
That's perfect. Well, before we wrap it up, I know you guys are always fundraising, of course, but do we have a specific date for a campaign or anything like that, or is it just, hey, we're always fundraising?
We're always fundraising, but I will say TBA.
Okay.
At this time. We're needing to meet again on the 28th of June, and hopefully at that date we will solidify a date when we'll do our fundraiser. I think one of them will be T-shirts. The other one I think is a barbecue or something to that effect.
Oh, you had me at barbecue.
She'll always come for the food.
I love some barbecue.
And again, the other one is the tier for sponsorship. Okay, so all of those nuances, all those little moving parts will be in place probably not long after our June meeting.
Great. Well, of course, you guys can always follow on their social media pages. And, of course, we'll be sharing it on our Waco Police Department pages as well. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yes.
I'm excited to see what PAL turns into and just to have our first games. I'm excited.
Love it.
Yeah, You gonna come?
I will be there as the cheerleader.
Cheerleader?
Yes. I don't play the sports.
There's activities as well.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'll help with the homework.
I'll help with.
I'll do the sports. I cannot help with the
chess,
homework.
I like
chess.
that.
I can do. I
Okay.
can.
Do
I
chess.
can show them chess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
yeah,
that. I
yeah.
like that. Randy, do you have a favorite sport?
My all-time favorite sport is gymnastics, but I don't know that we're
There
going to
you
do
go.
that.
Okay.
But we could if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So
Got some
Why
golf. I
not?
can help with some golf.
Oh
there
yeah.
you go.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
that's my boy. Always on the golf
Very
course.
good. Well, thank you both, Rhiannon and Chaplain Thompson, for coming on the podcast, Waco PD on the Beat, talking about the PAL Club, the Police Athletics Activities League.
Yes,
I
pal
like
club.
it. I'm Sierra Shipley, the Public Information Officer.
And I'm Officer Janae Draper with the Neighborhood Engagement Team.
Have a great day, Waco.
Waco PD on the Beat. The heartbeat serving